is your host, Faye Sill from naturalweightlosstipsforwomen.com. Today we are going to speak with Rose Call of rosecall.com. Rose is a certified natural health professional, a certified nutrition consultant. She's also certified in blood nutrition. She's been doing this over 5 years, Rose?
Oh, no, now you must have an old bio. Now it's been like 14 years.
Wow, 14 years. So she's been doing this over 14 years, helping people all over the world to gain energy, reach their health and ideal goal. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Rose. Rose, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Faye.
You're welcome. Now, Rose, I know you have a lot of programs, mostly around natural holistic health. Can you tell us a little bit about what holistic health is all about?
Yes. Holistic health, or you can say holistic nutrition or holistic medicine. The word holistic just means looking at something as a whole. It means getting to the root cause instead of treating the symptoms, and really treating yourself as a whole system, or your life seeing your life as a whole. So to give you an example, where Western medicine would maybe focus on a symptom, like having a headache and just getting rid of the pain of a headache, a more holistic approach would be to look at what would be causing the headache. So is it stress? Is it that you're not getting enough water? You're not sleeping well? And really getting to the root cause. And so it's looking at every area of your life and really just trying to be as balanced as possible. And we find that that's when you really achieve optimal health and wellness and true happiness in your life.
I see. Thank you. And who usually seeks out holistic health nutrition?
Well, it could be people that have a chronic problem, a chronic illness, people that want to have permanent weight loss. You know, with more of a kind of a Western approach to weight loss, I find that people gain it back very quickly, whereas using a more holistic approach, it's more permanent. You lose weight, and it's much easier to keep it off long term because you've gotten to the root cause. So the women that are really attracted to my work, they've been on yo-yo diets for years, and they've tried a million things. They've read a million books like me. That was my story. I read a million books. I tried a million diets. And even when I did lose weight, the weight would just come back. And so I was on this roller coaster. So I think that when women finally tried the more holistic approach, like me with my story, when I finally found holistic nutrition, I lost the 25 pounds I couldn't get off for years and years. And now I've been able to keep it off for, it's been over 10 years that I've been able to sustain the same weight without any fluctuations in my weight anymore. So that's the beauty of the holistic approach.
Wow, that's awesome. I know that's exactly what my readers and visitors are looking for, more of natural weight loss approach to losing weight instead of, like what you say, yo-yo dieting. A lot of my readers are looking for ways to be more healthy and energetic, especially among the women readers. They're finding themselves having less and less energy throughout the day and even more burnt out and more stress. Rose, I know you talk a lot about body chemistry and hormonal imbalances. Can you tell us what they are and explain a little bit about what their effects are on our body, mood, and energy?
Yes, absolutely. This is one of my specialties, actually, because I suffered for so many years with low energy and weight gain, and my mood was up and down, and I didn't know that they were all connected. And what a lot of women don't realize is that the hormones and the chemicals in your body are what completely dictate what your metabolism is going to be. So let me explain a little bit. I'll explain one of these chemicals. We have two glands in our bodies called adrenal glands. And if you take your hands and put them right now on your back, right about where your pant line is, this is where your two kidneys are, which are also called your renals. And sitting right on top of your kidneys are these two glands called your adrenals. And your adrenal glands pump out hormones in response to stress. So let's say you lose your job. Incredibly stressful, right? The brain sends a message down to your adrenal glands telling your adrenal glands to pump out a chemical called cortisol. And then let's say the next day your car breaks down, more stress. Then the brain sends another chemical down to your adrenal glands. Up, she's under more stress, pump out some more cortisol. And then let's say the next day you get in a fight with your boyfriend, pump out more cortisol. And let's say the day after that you binge and you eat a bunch of sugar, which is really hard on your body. Guess what? Pump out more cortisol. Now the problem with cortisol is that this hormone that the adrenal glands is pumping out, it turns on your body's fat storage. It actually tells your body to start storing fat. The body thinks that you're in an emergency state, and so it goes, uh-oh, there's some kind of an emergency. She may need these reserves, so we're going to start storing all this energy as fat. So what happens is your energy goes way down because your body isn't using the nutrients, the energy that you're eating from your food. It's not using it for energy. It's not using those carbohydrates and sugars as energy. Instead, it's storing them. So your energy goes down and your fat storage goes up. And this is a chronic problem that I see all over the world right now where women are more and more stressed because we're in the workforce, right? 40, 50 years ago, women were doing more domestic tasks, right? I mean, we were at home with the kids. And actually when women stay home and we kind of do like cooking and pruning of ourselves and take care of the family and do more social things, we release chemicals in our brains that counteract this effect, and it's very de-stressing. But when we're in the workforce and we're responsible for the family and the home life, it's a lot. It's a lot on our physical body these days. And this is where we pump out all the cortisol. And a lot of women have their fat storage turned on and they don't even know it.
Mm.
So the problem is I have women come to me and say, well, how could I be still gaining weight? All I'm eating is celery sticks and I'm exercising every day, and why am I not losing weight? Or the really classic thing I hear is, well, I started eating celery sticks and exercising and I lost all this weight, but then it snuck back on. And that's because the metabolism is going to keep slowing down and keep slowing down no matter how little you're eating and how much you're exercising. Until you can turn off the fat storage mechanism, you're going to keep storing fat if you keep pumping out cortisol. So you have to stop this cycle of stopping your body from pumping out the cortisol, repairing the adrenal glands because they get exhausted after a while, right? You may have heard of adrenal exhaustion or adrenal fatigue, so you have to repair the adrenal glands. And then your body will start using this stored fat as energy. And so that's the great part, is the energy goes way up and the fat starts to come off.
Wow. That's great information. Now, Rose, how can we control our cortisol?
Yeah, so it takes a few things. Yeah. And these are things, it's not exactly a quick answer, which is why I coach women on this, and I've written books about this, and I have programs available for this. But it's something to start looking into online. If this sounds like you, if you've had any amount of stress in your life or have had anything traumatic happen, it's very common for women to tell me, oh, I went through a divorce, and then 6 months later I started gaining all this weight. It's really common to hear things like that. So if you have stubborn weight loss and you can't get it off, this is probably what's going on. I would put money on that this is what's going on. So start to look into and read up on adrenal exhaustion and adrenal fatigue. And you'll find a lot of different ways to go about this. Number one is you want to try and stop the bleeding, so to speak. So finding ways to reduce stress. Like I love on your website, you have everything from like breathing exercises to reduce stress and different tips and things like that. There's meditations that you can do to stop the brain from sending a message down to your adrenal glands, right? That's the first thing.
Right.
Is that you want to get out of stress and anxiety, which is a lot easier said than done for most of us. So that's not always easy to do. You can't always quit your job and, move to a tropical island or something. So if that's not the case, and you're doing everything possible to reduce stress already, then you'll want to take different supplements that will help to support the adrenal glands. like adaptogenic herbs, and there's different teas and tinctures and things like that. I teach more about that in my programs, what specific ones to take, but you can take what are called adaptogenic herbs. And those help to give your body almost like armor and protection from stress. So that way, no matter what is being thrown at you on a daily basis, you won't keep storing fat. And then next, what you want to do is you want to take nutrients that will help to build up and repair the adrenal glands, because over time they get exhausted from all of the stress. So B vitamins are really essential. I love using what are called glandulars. And then you also want to use lots of minerals. Minerals are really important to repair the adrenal cortex. So taking, lots of great herbs and nutrients to help with this process. And then you also want to make sure that you balance your blood sugar, because this is one of the biggest stresses on the body. So eating more protein, eating more good fats, cutting out simple sugars and simple carbohydrates, because those cause a lot of stress on the body as well, and that will turn on your fat storage. So, sometimes when we think about stress, we just think about work stress, but you also want to think about any internal stresses that could be going on. Like, I'll give you an example. If you have toxins in your body and you've never cleared out the toxins, or you're not clearing them out on a regular basis, this is another form of stress. It's very stressful for the body. So even if you did live on a tropical island and you had no work stress, no family stress, if you have this buildup of toxins, that will actually cause your body to release cortisol and turn on your fat storage. So that's another thing that I highly recommend, is doing a cleanse at least twice a year, if not 4 times a year, with the changing of every season, and really just clearing out all of those toxins. Which can kind of sound scary, but there's actually lots of detoxes you can do just with ingredients in your cupboard already, and you get to eat food with most detoxes and cleanses nowadays, so you can find the one that's right for you.
That's true. Great tips. Rose, I also know that you have many great programs and services that you offer and is available. What can we expect to find in your programs?
The program that I have that's the most popular is my 10-week transformation program. And that is the program that really addresses a lot of these things like hormonal imbalances and adrenal exhaustion, and showing you how to repair the adrenal glands, what nutrients to take that will really help with adrenal exhaustion, how to do a cleanse. I teach 5 different cleanses. So my programs are very different. People are often very surprised that they've never heard this information anywhere else, and this is why I have a lot of doctors and even other nutritionists who take my programs, because they're learning new tools for their toolkit. So most people take my programs and are blown away that they've never heard this information anywhere. It's very revolutionary. And we have women all the time from all over the world sending us in success stories with weight that they've lost. Like, we've even had recently a woman send in before and after pictures. She lost 90 pounds, and she looks about 10 years younger since she's lost the weight. So usually people increase their energy, their mood stabilizes, because I teach you how to do a hormonal flush and balance your hormones. Your energy just goes way up. A lot of people report that they look younger, they feel younger, they just have an extra kind of spring in their step, because it's a very holistic approach where I teach you how to comb through your body from top to bottom and put everything into balance. So it's a very holistic approach.
That's awesome. Everybody wants energy and looking younger, right?
Right, yeah. Who doesn't want that?
Now, if my readers and listeners want to find out more about you and your programs, where can they go to find this information?
Great question. Well, we actually have a special going on right now for my 10-week transformation program. We just added over $1,500 worth of free bonuses for every person that purchases the program, and we set up a special page for your readers to be able to access that. So they can go to naturalweightlosstipsforwomen.com/Rose. So that's your same website, naturalweightlosstips plural, for women.com/Rose, ROSE. And we set up a page there that has a video of me explaining the program, and it has my personal story and journey that I've been on, so they can read all about that and everything that's included in the program. All of the bonuses, all $1,500 worth of the bonuses are listed there, including a DVD, a downloadable DVD set with me teaching a lot of great information. And then you can see some of the before and after pictures and watch some of the videos, which is really inspiring, I think, for a lot of women. But also, I want to make sure that all your listeners go to this page. If for no other reason, make sure you go to check out the free recipe that I have on this page. I have my most popular recipe, which is for my superfood chocolate. It's a chocolate recipe that you can make in 15 minutes. And it's made with all superfoods, and it actually helps you to increase your energy and lose weight. And the recipe is free on this page, about in the middle of the page. So you want to make sure that everybody goes and at least gets the chocolate recipe.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you, Rose. This is amazing. This is going to help a lot of people. Thank you so much, Rose, for speaking with us today and sharing this incredible information. It's just got to be shared throughout all the people who's experienced this very same challenge.
Thank you so much for having me, Faye. I love your website. I love all the information on your website, and I love that you're helping so many women finally lose weight in a natural way. So thank you for the work that you're doing in the world.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for your contribution too, Rose. You have been an inspiration for everyone, including me, like the light to lead all the women on this new journey of gaining health and really standing up for ourselves and really regaining our energy and just putting our health, pacing it all together. So thank you so much for having speak with me and my readers and listeners. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you have it. To find out more about the program, you could go to naturalweightlosstipsforwomen.com/Rose. Thank you, listeners, for joining us. Until next time, take care and be well.